From devastating six-figure losses that broke even the strongest traders,
just making an SMT, a bearish SMT divergence,
to life-changing wins that redefined what's possible in trading,
this, oh baby, it's getting juicy.
This is TJR's single biggest documented wins versus losses. Starting us off is a $97,220 nuclear bomb that obliterated months of careful profit building in one catastrophic session.
Get on here and bullshit and say that, oh, I moved stops to break even, only lost $38,000.
What makes this loss so devastating isn't just the amount, it's watching a master trader completely abandon his own rules and chase his losses into the abyss. This is the dark side of live trading that most gurus never show you.
Something $1,000 at the peak up here, and didn't move stops to break even because my first take profit didn't get hit. I wanted to hold all the way throughout this, and that was my decision to make, and that was the decision that I did make, and in turn got stopped out and lost $97,000 on the day.
The psychology of this moment reveals everything wrong with revenge trading. When you're down big, every fiber of your being screams to get it back immediately. TJR fell into this trap spectacularly.
This is going to be a big day if I hit this too. Which is just so funny, bro.
Despite the heavy loss, this is why TJR remains one of the most feared traders alive. His ability to bounce back with absolutely devastating winning streaks.
What is good, bros? This is going to be a video going in depth on how I was able to make $291,000 with a new aggressive trading strategy. I'm going to be covering it from A to Z to explain to you guys this new kind of aggressive scalping strategy that a lot of you guys have been asking me about, how I find entries and exits, and then a couple examples of how to find it on the charts. So with that being said, we'll just jump straight into this.
$291,456 in a single month. Let that sink in. While most people struggle to make that in a year, TJR generated this fortune in 30 days through pure trading skills and disciplined execution.
Yes, we did. Look at this. So again, this, oh baby, it's getting juicy. This aggressive, we put half of our risk on because we have this super strong bias, right? From there, what can we do? We can wait for our 5-minute setup to then develop. What do we get? A 5-minute break of structure. Oh man, it's so good.
This time represents everything TJR does right. Perfect risk management, flawless timing, and the psychological strength to stay calm under pressure. This is what separates elite traders from the masses.
This video, so just please keep this in mind. This does not mean that that old strategy that I was using and I still use to this day is just done. It's nerfed. It's over, okay? It doesn't work anymore. It still works perfectly fine and I still use it on a daily basis. But this strategy is something that I use when I'm trying to find aggressive entries and when I'm super sure and super set on a strong buy.
The consistency throughout this month is what's truly remarkable. Day after day of profitable trades, each one building on the last, creating a momentum that becomes unstoppable.
With the potential to lose, because again, it's more aggressive, it's on the lower time frames, but when I have a super strong bias, I am willing to put some risk on the table because if I have a strong bias, I don't want to be left out of the move and be sitting there being like, damn, I knew exactly where the market wanted to go today, but I didn't make any money. I wish I could have entered. And that's exactly why I even started trading this way. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is when I am entering this way, I am de-risking. So the first thing that I kind of want to lay out for you guys is just like thought process on all of this. So the first thing is I have to have a strong bias with strong draw on liquidity.
From monthly domination to geopolitical chaos, this is what happens when global events collide with leveraged positions.
Yes, trade position is still alive. Even though the trade that I hypothetically took wasn't on ES, it was on NASDAQ. The ES trade would have been stopped out by now.
Trading during World War III tensions while losing $53,934, this clip captures the insane volatility that global conflict brings to financial markets. TJR got caught in the crossfire of history.
That Thursday in Dubai, was actually Friday, so I thought that I couldn't trade that day, but I could. And then one thing leads to another, wasn't able to trade at all. And now this week, it's been just pretty much more of the same. I've been either like way too busy because I'm in Dubai and like the market opens at 4:30 or 5:30 p.m. over there. And it's just like, I was just always having conflict. There was always something that was going on, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I deserve to be able to go on a vacation with my friends and to be able to enjoy myself. I'm going to do that. But now it's time to get back into the swing of things. And today, for me,
The market doesn't care about your technical analysis when missiles are flying. This loss shows how external events can instantly invalidate even the most sophisticated trading strategies.
there's a couple things that I want to look at. So first and foremost, we are already making a SMT divergence off of these London session lows, and that's already feeding into my higher time frame bias. We came down and we took out some of these lows right here. We pretty much took out the majority of this low resistance liquidity. I wouldn't be too opposed if we wanted to come down and take out this low as well. But pre-market opened, we took out London session lows on NASDAQ. On the S&P 500, market just opened. On the S&P 500, we didn't take out these London session lows. Again, we took out the majority of this low resistance liquidity except for this low right here. And then in terms of main overall targets, we have relative.
What's fascinating is watching TJR maintain his composure even as his account bleeds money during one of the most volatile periods in recent history. This is stress testing at its most extreme.
Something that I probably could have done better was just knowing and understanding the most strong draws on liquidity for the day and keeping those as top priority. So even though I wanted to flip my bias to the downside, even if that was my headspace, it probably should have just been a no trade day, because yeah, these are solid low resistance lows, but they're all low time frame. Like, these are not hourly lows. These are not high time frame draws on liquidity. These are also relative equal highs that are session highs as well.
This is why TJR is legendary. His ability to come back from devastating losses with even more devastating wins.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Went up $200,000 in profit just to get stopped out at break even. Insane. Man, that is so crazy. Wow, I wonder what they're trying to do with this shit.
$205,326 in pure profit. This isn't luck. Every entry, every exit, and every risk calculation is executed with mathematical perfection.
And you can see it a lot clearer here, where we have low, high, higher low, higher high, and then we're like kind of ranging. This is just kind of higher time frame consolidation. We have relative equal highs on, or damn, potentially dead equal highs. That has to be the draw on liquidity for the day. For Asian session and London session highs. Holy shit, that literally has to be the draw on liquidity for the day. High 5,573.75. Holy shit. Okay, literally buy. Literally press buy.
The psychology required to generate this kind of win after previous losses is what separates amateurs from professionals. Most traders would be paralyzed by fear, but TJR channels that energy into focused aggression.
That's the play. That's the play. Press buy. Like, that's all I needed to see today. Holy shit, this should be really easy. We have London session high here, relative equal highs, low resistance draws on liquidity. To the upside, Asian session highs, London session highs. We just came down, took out London session lows, Asian session lows. This is all getting marked out by this little indicator. I know a lot of people, again, you guys were asking for it. I put the link in the description of the last trade recap video. I'll put it in this one as well. And if you guys are brand new to this and you're like, how the f is this dude making money, or how the f this dude losing a whole bunch of money. I'll put a link in the description to the free course where
Watch how he manages position size throughout this winning streak. Each profitable trade builds confidence for the next, creating a positive feedback loop that compounds returns exponentially.
liquidity. So I was like, I don't really want to target lower because we already took out a first draw on liquidity, and I don't want to be trading against the trend because the trend is favoring the upside. So I don't want to be trying to like top tick a retracement, if that makes sense.
Even legends have breaking points, and this $47,320 loss shows what happens when discipline cracks under pressure.
As you can see, this one hurts. Lost $47,000 on this one today. Very just super unfortunate price action. We've CPI news data tomorrow. This one, I can just, again.
The psychological weight of this loss is visible in real time. You can see the exact moment when TJR's confidence shattered and revenge trading took over his decision-making process.
See, and because of how yesterday traded, it literally is making me want to just force a trade right now. Pre-macro, pre-everything, pre-confluence. Just because price has been moving without us like the first 10 minutes of market open, and then following that, it just gives us bullshit price action. London session came down, swept out these London lows. These are Asian session highs all the way up here. London session open, we came down, swept out Asian session lows, and kind of moved up.
This is the danger of live trading. Every emotion, every mistake, every moment of weakness is captured forever. No hiding behind carefully edited highlight reels.
Again, there's several different things that I could say that I would like to do better at, but you know, the main thing would be, I guess, just identifying the slow price action earlier on. I think that's something that I could get better at, is just identifying that, hey, we're in consolidating price action earlier on, identifying that we had CPI news data and Trump speaking during the PM session. But I mean, hey, initial bias, like, we were correct, but the executions, I want to say the executions have to get better, but like, dude, this is as a trader, it's just tough to see something like this, getting stopped out, losing $47,000, and then price just ripping straight up and hitting your take profits. So, hey man, that's it for me today. This is getting posted tomorrow, but today for you guys.
But this is exactly why TJR remains one of the most respected traders alive. His ability to transform failure into fuel for even greater success.
Today completely plays out. Every single take profit got hit. I took profits at take profit 1 right here. I took profits at this high right here. Took profits at this high right here. Took profits at this high right here, and then took all of my profits off at this final high right here. And on top of that, NASDAQ ended up playing out in our direction as well. Unfortunately, we got stopped out of this, but this secured me $159,000 on the day.
$159,786 in a single session. This isn't just a win. This is a statement. A declaration that no loss, no matter how devastating, can permanently break a truly skilled trader.
Wow, crazy day. Literally right after I left, we just started turning up towards the bias, and yeah, this was an abnormally good day. We cleared all of the losses from yesterday, the $97,000 loss, and made money on top of that. I'm up, let's see how much I'm up on the week.
The discipline required to execute this kind of comeback is insane.
Opening gap, along with Asian session high, along with literally high after 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 high. I swear to God, if we do not go up and take those out, I do not know what the f is wrong. So yeah, it's looking like a London session manipulation, New York continuation. Is kind of what it's looking like. Ideally, we can find entries off of some form of low time frame manipulation, whether it be taking out these low resistance lows on the 5-minute because we already came down, and nope, we didn't. So we have low resistance lows right here as well that are all lined up. So
This session represents everything beautiful about trading: the perfect harmony of technical analysis, risk management, and psychological control, creating extraordinary results.
whether that means we come down and we take out some 5-minute lows prior to reaching up towards these highs, I'll actually be like, not pissed off, but a little bit disappointed if we rally up towards those highs without getting an entry. Let's see, did NASDAQ sweep out these lows? Okay, we have equal lows right here, I think. No, it looks like NASDAQ swept these. Yeah, so NASDAQ swept these, so this is protected. And then these. Okay, so this low is protected. Yeah, so this is the game plan. I'm just mega bullish. I think that we can get up to these highs. That's been the thesis.
Sometimes the most painful losses aren't from bad trades, they're from perfect trades executed at the wrong moment. TJR lost $45,679, but reveals he could have made $60,000 if he'd held his positions. This is the psychological torture that haunts every trader. The trade that got away.
This one hurts, man. This one freaking hurts because with where price is at right now, I would literally be up close to $60,000. Obviously, that would only put me up $20,000 on the day, but this very well could have been a big winning day if we go down and hit all of my take profits, which I do low-key think price is going to do. But anyways, I enter off this candlestick down, and it stops in the same position. I didn't take profit when price came down and took out these market open lows because I thought that price was going to go lower into this hourly gap. And as we can see, it's going to do that right now. And I thought that we were going to get I thought that this move was like going to be the confirmed for sure official leg down because we already had one sweep down, one sweep high, another sweep down, another sweep high, then another sweep down, then another leg.
The analysis was perfect and the setup was flawless, but the execution timing destroyed what should have been a $60,000 winner. What separates good traders from great ones is the ability to hold through volatility. You can hear the frustration in his voice, not just from the loss, but from knowing he was completely right about market direction, but still lost money. This is trading psychology at its most brutal.
Something that we have to live with as traders. There's going to be times when you get wicked out and you don't end up making as much money as you anticipated, or you just end up losing money when your bias was fully correct for the day. Both of these trades, bias, spot the fuck on. Wrong execution, wrong trade, I guess, management, you could say. And overall ended up in a massive losing day rather than a massive winning day. And hey man, that's sometimes that's just shit that you have to deal with in trading. It really is what it is. But regardless, I don't think
This is TJR operating at peak performance with $137,872 in pure profit through flawless execution of his proven strategies.
Let it fly. I still made money, and we're up on the week now. We're up $61,000 on the week, and I made $137,000 today. Don't believe me? Look at the Instagram story, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This was the
precision of this win is what makes TJR legendary. Every entry is perfectly timed, every exit is optimized for maximum profit, and every risk calculation is executed with mathematical perfection.
I wanted to say it was a high time frame SMT, but it's not. Which is kind of leading me to think that we could potentially want to go lower here on the S&P to take out these lows, even though we already swept this out. But I'm going off recency bias of us taking out these London highs. So anyways, let's just talk it out. Let's walk it and talk it out. So yesterday from CPI news data, we had big moves down. We took out this drawn liquidity, all of this low resistance liquidity essentially. including these lows. So on NASDAQ, I don't really see.
This session shows what's possible when skill, discipline, and market conditions align perfectly. Back to the geopolitical chaos that defined some of TJR's worst trading days. $44,320 was lost, while the world teetered on the edge of war.
All right, bros. See you guys in literally 1 second. All right, bro. I got stopped out. Literally right as I'm leaving, I come back in and see this. So let's see how much we lost today. Dumbass NASDAQ. NASDAQ is retarded, bro. Of course. Of freaking course. Let's see how much I lost. Why isn't it loading? $44,000. See you guys tomorrow.
Trading during World War III tensions with that much money on the line. This is what happens when global events create market conditions that defy all technical analysis.
I'll do this in 2 seconds. Draws on liquidity to the downside, we're taking out. We took out London session lows and then we took out London session highs. So the two draws on liquidity that I had for the day were both taken out before I could find an entry. So why would I try and go short when the sell side liquidity has already been taken out? And then I wouldn't want to go long because buy side liquidity was already taken out, so there's no reason for me to trade. Cool. Awesome. Now, going into today, fundamentally, news-wise, we have a bunch of shit. Federal Chairman Powell speaks at 10. We have yesterday The
volatility during this period was unlike anything seen in modern markets. Every news headline could instantly reverse positions, making traditional trading strategies obsolete. Now, this is what redemption looks like: $78,795 in pure profit.
$78,000 in profit on the day. Done. There we go. Super solid trading today, guys. We made back our loss from yesterday, which was $33,000. And we were able to make an extra $45,000 in profit. So we're up $45,000 on the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for welcoming.
This amount represents everything TJR does right, combining technical analysis with psychological control to create extraordinary results from ordinary market movements.
Puerto Rico, bro. I'm just in flow state out here. If I lose my trade today, then we actually have issues. Trap jump like Jordan. Trap jump like Ja. Okay, we have London highs, Asian highs, London lows, Asian lows. This is low key. Let me map out London session just so I can get a better view of this shit. This is kind of looking like it's going to be a New York manipulation and then reversal. I would like to see NQ come down and take out the...
Sometimes even the most reliable patterns fail spectacularly, and this $35,000 loss shows what happens when the market breaks its own rules.
Bruh. Give me take profit, please give me take profit one. All right, so we just finished this trade. Shit ended up stopping us out. I gave a couple options to the people. I personally went with the option of, okay, even if we hit this, we still had, I deleted one of them. We still had this fair value gap and this one. So I was waiting to see if we were going to close above this or not. If we close above it, I was like, bet I'm going to be completely out, because what would happen?
He lost all that money on what should have been a textbook setup. This is the cruel reality of trading. Even perfect analysis can result in devastating losses when the market decides to break character.
On the S&P, we did recently sweep out these daily lows and fill in like the last little bit of this daily fair value gap. My next draws on this would really just be these like 4-hour lows, and then from there, boom. These, I think, daily lows. Yeah, these daily lows all the way down here. Remember what I was saying, how I wanted price to draw into this accumulation area if we ended up pushing past this monthly fair value.
The psychology of this loss is particularly brutal because everything was executed correctly. The setup was perfect, the entry was timed, but the market simply didn't cooperate.
On the S&P, I'll be looking for this fair value gap to get hit, or maybe, you know, we're still bearish on the 15-minute, but on the 1 hour, we're bullish, right? We filled in this fair value gap, and that's what ended up pushing us, boom, all the way up here. So for me, that leads me to believe, all right, we are going to target, boom, boom, this fair value gap within here, or boom, boom, this fair value gap within here. NASDAQ is kind of playing the same game. It could potentially still reverse off of this 15-minute, but based off the S&P and what it's doing, it'll probably continue to the upside. But yeah, lost today. We're now like 2, 3, or 4 take profits away from hitting a 300K.
However, this is the other side of TJR's trading genius, which is the ability to generate massive profits in extremely short time frames through pure skill and timing.
At literally a 1-to-9 risk to reward ratio. I gambled. I predicted with literally 7.5K on the line. I was not expecting a Drake dick swinger like this. And on top of that, shout out to my construction guy. He can use whatever metals he wants to construct that gate, because he was the reason why I didn't take partial profits here, why I didn't take partial profits here, why I didn't take partial profits here, and why I was only able to open my trade locker when price hit my full take freaking profit. Sorry, we gotta lock in. Least emotional day trader.
$56,590 in just 13 minutes. This isn't day trading, this is daylight robbery of the market. The speed of this win is what makes it so impressive. Most traders need hours or days to generate this kind of profit, but TJR compressed it into minutes through pure skill.
Here, again, I was feeling naughty today. So I entered off this down candle, stops were above here. Cost stopped out for 9K. However, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we came through swerving. Okay, I might swerve, bend that corner. Whoa, whoa. Anyways, banger trade today. I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow. We're getting shit cracking in the new crib. Who wants to slide? BYOB. That means bring your own bitches. And we're gonna turn up. All right, I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow. Banger trade today. Peace out, boys.
Even legends fall victim to their own success. And this $33,480 loss shows what happens when confidence becomes overconfidence.
Entry with 0.25 of what I was willing to risk. So you can see -7,000 on that. And then, okay, so let's see what we're doing here. I mean, shit, bro, yeah, if we want to turn this shit back up, then by all means, I would love to see that, but...
The psychological trap of overconfidence is visible in real time. Success breeds confidence, but confidence can quickly become recklessness if not properly managed. This is what happens when skill, discipline, and market conditions align perfectly. $47,600 in pure profit through flawless execution.
So, ended the day with $47,000 in profit, which is pretty fire. I'm gonna go ahead and post all this shit to...
The psychological control required to hold positions through massive profit swings is what separates TJR from amateur traders who would have exited at the first sign of profit. When TJR's losses become social media content, you know the pain is real.
Is this how we're gonna go out, bros? There it goes. I lost 38K.
The viral nature of this loss adds insult to injury. Not only did TJR lose $38,000, but millions of people got to watch it happen in real time. This is the brutal reality of live trading. Every mistake, every loss, every moment of weakness is captured forever for the world to see. The reason why TJR remains one of the most respected traders alive is his ability to transform failure into fuel for extraordinary success.
other things to do with my day, and I was able to wipe out the massive loss that we took from this and be able to take a $39,000 profit from taking longs off of these lows up to these highs. I figured it was a good place to end it. I was able to pretty much take profit right at these highs right here. And yeah, ended up with $39,000 in profit. Like I said, this is going to be a video that gets posted tomorrow for me today, but obviously you guys are watching this in hindsight, so this trade was taken yesterday.
This session represents everything beautiful about trading. The perfect harmony of technical analysis, risk management, and psychological control creates extraordinary results.
Session highs right now, so what I would want ideally would be some form of profit taking off of London session highs, and then just find a way to long, find a way to get longs to the upside. This is pretty much the daily profile that we had for the past 2 days, except I wasn't able to find any good entries that I liked, or I wasn't able to actually identify the daily profile while market was like forming. So on Monday, we had, it was London session manipulation, reversal, New York continuation, and on Tuesday as well, it was London session manipulation, reversal, New York.
This is the peak end, the most devastating loss that will leave you speechless. The ultimate destruction, a staggering $160,000 worth of trim coin burned in a single moment of catastrophic miscalculation.
I'm not buying that shit and I'm not selling that shit. How do you burn a coin on Solana? Soul Incinerator, how do I send it? Soul Incinerator on Google? Using a ledger, no. Soul, item selected. So now all of this is gonna be gone? Okay, whatever, we'll just get rid of this shit. Burn it. Action can't be undone. You're about to burn $20 or more? Nah, bro, that shit's literally 168 bands. Process can't be reversed, bet. Hey!
This isn't just a trading loss. This is financial annihilation. All that cryptocurrency literally burned, deleted from existence in a moment of technological catastrophe. The psychological impact of this loss is beyond comprehension. Not only did TJR lose the money, but all of it simply ceased to exist, burned forever in the unforgiving world of cryptocurrency.
I'm not buying that shit and I'm not selling that shit. How do you burn a coin on Solana? Soul Incinerator, how do I send it? Soul Incinerator on Google? Using a ledger, no. Soul, item selected. So now all of this is gonna be gone? Okay, whatever, we'll just get rid of this shit. Burn it. Action can't be undone. You're about to burn $20 or more? Nah, bro, that shit's literally 168 bands. Process can't be reversed, bet. Hey!
This is the ultimate lesson in risk management. No matter how skilled you are, no matter how much experience you have, the market can still find ways to destroy everything you've built. But this is also why TJR remains legendary. His ability to face even this level of devastation and continue trading shows the psychological steel that separates true professionals from amateurs. The total carnage, over $500,000 in losses, but over $1.2 million in wins. This is what separates legends from amateurs. The ability to lose everything and still come back stronger, and there's no one better at it than TJR. And if you like this video, then you might like a similar one on the left or my newest upload on the right.